What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Soul Lover Man coming at you live one more time. Mm. Hope everybody out there is doing good and great and amazing and all that good stuff. So we gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Hope everybody's having everybody's had a good day, and I hope that you're having a good week. As someone would always say, not here for a long time, but for a good time. So let's get straight into it. So we're talking about spiritual release um on tonight. So tonight we are talking about spiritual release. Just had that in my spirit. So it's like I'm trying to find a topic. So it's like, hey, let's go with the old spiritual release. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, let's see. Mm, mm, Is that right? All right, here we go. Cool. Mm-mm-mm. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So we are getting straight into it. So tonight we are talking about spiritual release. And don't forget to tap the screen, share out, all that good stuff. So, and don't forget to follow. This is your first time seeing yours truly. Don't forget to follow, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. So getting straight into it, talking about spiritual release. More of a supernatural, more of a presence. I'm getting getting that presence of something very holy, something very divine, something very something that's very prophetic. That is in your life. it if you've ever watched any like boxing, like professional wrestling, WWE, they give them those belts, those title belts. So it feels like you have belt like this belt, like like you've risen to the occasion, like you're being rewarded. There you go. So it definitely feels like you are being rewarded. And you know what? I remember I used to come on TikTok and I used to, worry about like people like, oh man, I don't know about watching. Now it's 2025. I'm not even worried about that. Whoever is out there, whoever, I multi-stream anyway, whoever gets this message gets it. And that's just what that means. That means that you were here, you stuck around. That means it was for you. If it wasn't, you just saw yours truly and you were like, and you just kept scrolling. Okay. We're in a time of something very profound, supernatural, and if you can understand that, if you can get that, if you can feel that within your spirit on a daily basis, within your fasting, your prayer, your meditation, and all of that, then I'm for you, and this is for you. If you cannot, then that's just what it is. You just missed the boat. You just missed the ship. I remember they said Moses was telling people, "Hey, y'all, uh, hey, not Moses, Noah was saying like, hey, this is, it's gonna flood, got boat, don't come on, and the last day everybody was trying to run for it. And that's how it kind of feels now, like we're in that time again where people had, not just me, but not just myself, but other people have been saying, uh things that are gonna happen, um let's say prophetically, in a sense, in a very strong divine spiritual sense. And it feels like people are gonna be a lot of Johnny come latelys. It's gonna be too late, and that's just what that is, and I'm over that, so but anyway, so yeah, so we're talking about spiritual, we are talking about spiritual release and welcome. I am Soul of a Man, ladies and gentlemen. I am a yes. I am many spiritual things. I'm also an author and a speaker, and yes, and I've been on the spiritual journey for a very, very, very long time. So yeah, so we're talking about spiritual release and things that are releasing now, into the spirit, things that are prophetically over your life, things that are walking with you. Um, it feels like it's more of a like a name it and claim it type of atmosphere. That's out there for you right now. Things that are things that are very much so shifting more. Things that are very much so shifting in your favor. It just feels like you've had this bitter taste in your mouth for a while, but it feels like you're about to brush the teeth, wash it out, spit that out, and get. It just feels like a brand new lease on life. Um, that's coming your way, and it feels it's very big, and this is happening this year, and this is happening. This is happening in your life. It just feels like um, it's like that old gospel song, "Melodies from Heaven." It's just like a lot of rain, but it's not just any rain. This is like divine rain. This is like something to like if you were outside, just if you just had a day, you were walking and you were crying, nobody was around, it just started raining, and this rain was very much so let's say this rain was very much so divine. This rain was very much so cleansing, hitting like the top of your head, going all the way down to the root of your feet. And for anybody else, they were like, "Oh, that poor person is caught." They will say, "Wow, that poor person is caught up in the rain." But this rain is washing away that old. It's making you feel renewed. It's almost like camouflage to uh, it's almost like camouflage to match the tears that you have, because we wake up with worries. We go to bed with worries. I think we're just a lot of us. We're I don't know. Once a human, we're just worrying people. And the word says, "Don't worry about tomorrow because you still have today, and you don't. And tomorrow is going to be what tomorrow is going to be, but." Focus in on the you and the now. That's the very most important thing. So we're talking about spiritual release, and we're talking about the release and we're talking about a release in the spirit, because we are um it's like we see what's happening in the natural. We see what we're up against, and we have these supernatural forces that are with us, that are walking with us, that are going to make things so abundantly clear, that are going to come in, that are here now, that are going to that are going to miraculously help you to elevate. A lot of us had to go through a lot, and I mean, when I say we had to go through like heck in high water and back again. That says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But the weapon can be formed, but it didn't prosper. You fought it out, you battled it out, you were tested time and time and time again, like myself, and you were just so tired. You were just so tired. But this is gonna be a year of great reward. Like a very amazing year of high time watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow. But this is going to be an amazing year of your comeback, everything for you making sense, while everybody else feels like their world is crumbling. Like their world is coming apart. You're being lifted, you're being elevated, because we're talking about stuff that is supernatural, and for that you just have to you have to be like, I just want to say, dialed in. You have to be able to see, like like that movie The Matrix. You have to be able to see the code. Like on The Matrix, they had like the black screen and the green code coming out, because you can see, you could see what it is. You can see you can see what it is. You can see what it is that's in front of you. You know what it is. Um, you can see the wolf. You can see the wolf in sheep's clothing. That something. You can like have thousands of sheep, and you can pinpoint it through like the spirit, through the supernatural. Your guides, the Holy Spirit. Hey, how are you? So through the Holy Spirit, through your ancestors, through like something amazing, something generational, something shifting, something calling you, something pulling you. You see the crowd. You've never been a crowd follower, and you've always blazed your own trail. You've always made it happen. People counting you out, looking at you strange, whatever. But for those people, you never made sense. But for those who got it, they just saw you. They saw something amazing in you. It's breathtaking to those people that get you, and that's where we are now. It's not about the people that don't understand you. Those stupid managers at your job, those lame co-workers, and all of that nonsense. Even some of the people in your family, friends that have just kind of disappeared, so to speak. But the time is the time is now for you to the time is now for you to rise up. Um we know this now. This is the foreshadowing. We are, because you're still here, still alive, you're still breathing, you're still in this fight, you're still you're still in this walk, this stillness that you have. It's like this stillness that you have around you, that surrounds you. I have to give me some more water. The cat is eventually, like there's that old saying, the cat being let out of the bag. The cat is going to eventually be let out of the bag, but um, you have to bridle your tongue when you're coming out of something, whatever that was. You're coming out of something. It was a lot of sleepless, nights, days, whatever that was for you, but you're coming, you're coming out of something. You're being shaped. You're being reshaped. You're being retooled, reanimated in a sense. You're gonna have a greater pep in your step for you to move forward. I get counted all joy, for this time is yours, for this time is now. Moving forward, for this is the day that for you, within you, this is the day. Um, this is the day that the Lord has made. Be glad and be rejoiced in it. I think it's from Elijah to Elijah. Um, you get, one asked for, when Elijah left, Elijah said, "Hey, I just want a double portion." So you're going to get more than that. You're going to get like quadruple the portion, because of everything that was lost, everything that was taken away, all of the things that you have. It's almost like without a shadow of, all of the things, because you were gracious. Although we've all had our moments of, when it's coming, it's not going to happen. All of that stuff. We can be trapped in our own minds, in our own thoughts, and all of that good stuff. But but you are going to be rewarded. You're being rewarded. You're now the centerpiece for being that lineage chaser, and for your family, for both sides of the family. And the journey was not easy. The journey was not easy. getting here, climbing that mountain, not just carrying all of your stuff, but carrying all of the family stuff. Not just carrying your stuff, but carrying all of the family stuff, climbing that mountain. People have no idea the stuff that people have no idea the stuff that you had to go through, the stuff that you had to hey, what's going on, ma'am? The stuff that you had to go through. I thank y'all so much for joining. The stuff that you had to go through, the stuff that you had to see. It's like their sleepless nights became your sleepless nights, but you're getting all of that back plus more, and it's like the stuff, people, it's almost like somebody threw you out of the car in the middle of the night with just whatever you had on, and they just thought that you weren't going to survive. But it's very tried and true that, that you survived and you walked out, that you walked out leading the pack. That's the important thing that people are going to see. And of course, they're going to be we always knew that you would do it, and blah blah blah, and this and that. And a lot of people, we didn't know you had all, we didn't know that you had all of this going on, and blah blah blah. And this is when like the cat kind of comes out of the bag, and when you in the beginning you're keeping all of this to yourself until you can't, until it's just kind of like out in the open. But even then, they're not gonna know everything, but they're gonna come to you with like this is gonna be blown away that it's you. And a lot of people are gonna be happy, some won't be, like seriously. Oh, I don't know. I got this little thing in my. I don't know. I just got this little thing in my hand. But a lot of people are. Some are going to be, a lot of people are going to be happy. Some are not. It's just for it is for a time like this. It is just for a time like this. It's just that the a wind from heaven comes to you and helps to get you on course, gets to just keep getting for a time like this for you because you're needed. This journey, of course, it's bigger than me, it's bigger than you, based on everything that you've been through. All of those ideas are going to start to become calculated, formulated, and you're going to be able to start to put all of that stuff out there. The pieces of the puzzle are going to start to look a heck of a lot more clearer. You're wondering why you had to jump through all of these hoops and why you just feel like, why so late in my life? Just know that it is not. Just know that it is not too late. That it is divinely right on time. And that time is now, like right underneath. It's like they try to pull the wool over your eyes. They try to pull a rug from under you, but now that rug is turned into a red carpet. Now it's like that rug now turns into a red carpet. For you to go all over the place to do all of the things that you were put down here to do. And again, I know that you're going to start to get excited. You're going to start to get very great provisional news that's going to start to come into your life. Not talking about stuff that you see on TV, but these are like very supernaturally spiritual downloads. These are very holy, divine. These are things that you do not go out and it's not. This is not a time to go out and this is not a time to go out and start spilling the beans. Meeting new people, networking, all of that good stuff. Very high powered situations. Folks seeing you, being happy that you're there, and almost in a sense they can feel your presence. They'll almost like know who you are. These things are going to start to build. these things are going to start to build on, on top of each other, one thing after the next, after the next, yeah, like, yes, now, with all of the stuff going on, this is a perfect time because everybody's so distracted, everybody's so caught up with what's going on, out here in the world where everybody else is panicking. You're being, you're being elevated to, not just help here, but to go abroad and also help, to really help to streamline meeting other people like you, like yourself, that just, and it's interesting because I read something earlier and it said, get around winners because that way it doesn't feel like you're bragging. So you're going to be miraculously placed around, like a lot of winners, a lot of doors. It just magically, supernaturally, a lot of doors just really being open for you. Profound. You walking, taking steps, and it feels like for the first time in a long time that while you're walking, your steps mean something. And it doesn't feel like you're walking into the same old, like, oh well, here we go again. It just doesn't feel like that at all, and it feels very, very much so. It feels very much so powerful. It really and truly feels powerful, for you. But just again, stay within the spirit. Try to, and just remember prayer and supplication, things being divided, multiplied for you in your life, the addition, the subtraction, the math of it all. Things had to be taken away so that things could be superseded, so that you could, move forward, and and all of that good stuff. So, are you going to understand it all? Do I understand it all? Of course not. But the important thing is that you being seated and placed somewhere truly where you want to be, in a place where you are going to be celebrated, you know, with the new relationships and just a lot of new relationships and all of that good stuff. So, it's like those old ships have sailed. So it's like those old ships have sailed. Those people who, again, like they threw you out of the car at midnight, and they didn't think that you were going to make it back. But again, you didn't just make it back; you came back like leading the pack, howling at the moon. So just remember who you are. But yeah, so just remember who you are and whose you are. Just remember whose you are and who you are, moving forward. That's going to be very, 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 important. But just know that it's all going to for you, just for you moving forward. In the grand scheme of it all, everything is going to come full circle. Like a pack light. Everything that you're going to need is going to be provided. So so just remember that. Just remember that. Keep that in mind. Again, if this is your first time watching yours truly, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and and all of that good stuff. So your your talent is really going to be celebrated this year. Like your this is I don't know, like a lot of people might see you as, even though like you're an adult, they still see you, oh, you're so childish, but you still have that kinship to when you were younger because you're still being like a kid at heart, so to speak. Yeah, so that was the message, so you're being celebrated and elevated, take whatever you heard, take what you need, and go and move forward, because you have greater days ahead of you. Those days are going to be a heck of a lot more pronounced than what you had been through. I know a lot of it was, not all, but some of it was hurtful. Things people said, things this person didn't show up, whatever. But hey, that's the past. But you know, you're a new you. You're going to be very much so supernaturally provided for. So yeah. So that's the message. So yep, I think that's everything that I have for tonight. I'll be back here in the morning. But yeah, thank y'all for coming to hang out.